Hey, what's going on? I'm Brian Jones, alongside the confidence and charisma coach, Franz St. Flair. Franz, how you doing, man?
Awesome. Pleasure being here,
It's great to have you. Thanks for joining me. Do you remember a few weeks ago at Starbucks, we were going to meet and lay out the plan for the confidence and charisma coach? Well, you beat me there, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I got there, you were already striking up a conversation with this pretty cute girl, man. So I was like, all right, man, maybe he knows this girl already. Maybe not. But I went in, I grabbed my own coffee, and I came back. Then we started talking. We got our own table. And 5 minutes later, not even 5 minutes, another chick walks by. And you struck up a conversation with her, man. And then within like 2 minutes, you had her phone number.
Yeah.
Now,
I remember that.
What is it the bald head? Is it the beard? What is it that makes these women and people like you instantly? Like, spill the secrets, man.
The number one secret I can give is it's definitely the bald head.
That's the bald head?
No, I'm playing. Actually, Brian, I can talk about this in detail. I love human interaction, especially things that deal with confidence, dating, or just being that person that you can always be. But it's actually broken down to 4 things. I've broken down to 4 things that can make you instantly attracted to anybody, that make anybody instantly like you, the whole 9 though. Great first impression, right? Mm-hmm. And of course you want to know what those things are.
Tell me.
Number 1 is actually your tone of voice, right? Your tone of voice is so important in any interaction. It sets the tone of voice, right? And this is why it's so important, right? A lot of us, first of all, when we're talking to whether it's a female or manager or in an interview, we change our tone of voice, and that kills us.
So what do you mean? What kind of voice should we have? What kind of tone?
In fact, let me explain. There's actually 3 types of tone of voice, right? 3 of them. The first one, and the one that I love, is breaking rapport tone of voice, right? Breaking rapport tone of voice is the tone of voice that a police officer would use with you. It projects your voice downwards. For instance, stop, put the gun down, you right there. Do you know why I stopped you today? Things like that, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be loud. It just projects the voice downward.
Okay.
The second one is neutral rapport, and this is very, very boring, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell, and you get this a lot in like restaurants where it's not a nice restaurant, or maybe a fast food place that's not Chick-fil-A. Shout out to Chick-fil-A.
Great customer service. Are you serious?
God, yes. Well, they use neutral rapport because they don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
Neutral rapport sounds sort of like, hi, how you doing? Can I take your order today?
What can I get you?
It's flat. It's flat across the board. You seem bored. You don't want to be there. You seem kind of annoyed that you're doing your job. Right? Compare that to breaking rapport. Breaking rapport gives you that sense of, I belong here, and this is mine. Mm-hmm. Right? And the last one is seeking rapport. And this is when you're asking for a favor a lot of times. And you'll hear people that, no offense to anybody that's homeless that's watching this. If you are watching this and you're homeless, priorities. Anyway, they'll ask you for change. Like, hey, can you spare some change? It'll go up. It's so hard for me to do because I hate that tone of voice.
Can you spare some change? Kind of like that?
Exactly.
Your voice trails up. Okay.
It trails up. Okay. And what you want to use is breaking rapport 99.9% of the time. And here's why. Whether it's somebody that you know for years or it's somebody that you're just meeting, it gives you that sense of entitlement and that sense of confidence.
Authority.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I have him here on this show. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that sense of authority, but you can do it in a way where you don't come off as an asshole.
Okay.
For example, the first girl that I met over there, right before you got there, when I started talking to her.
Yeah.
I remember she had what I thought was a Star Wars t-shirt, and I'm a Star Wars fan, except for The Last Jedi, but we're not going to go into that. So, of course, she was cute.
I've never seen one Star Wars movie, by the way.
This guy's fired.
Yeah,
No, she had 2 things that I love, which is a beautiful body and Star Wars. So I talked to her, but instead of asking, hey, is that a Star Wars t-shirt? I can't even do that voice.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, is that Star Wars? Please tell me that's Star Wars. Right? And that's what initiated the conversation with her.
Yeah.
Right? But not to come out too,
too aggressive.
Exactly. Yeah. The second thing that you want to have whenever you're making a great first impression, besides tone of voice, is a smirk on your face. Not a smile, but a smirk. So number 2 will be a smirk. And this is what, when me and her were engaging, I didn't come out too aggressive because I had a smirk. I know what you're wondering, Ryan. Wait, what's the difference between a smirk and a smile? First of all, a smile shows teeth. I'm talking about one of those, exactly, like that. Like, you know.
That Star Wars shirt?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What tends to happen when a lot of people try to smile and it's disingenuous is that they come off fake. You know, there's certain body language that you have to do when you're smiling that you do naturally when you're smiling, laughing, that makes it real. And when you're trying hard, a lot of people can sense that, right? Yeah. But a smirk does several things. A, it doesn't make you try hard, right? Second, it gives you that sense of confidence that I'm the shit, that I belong here.
So is this like a shit-eating grin, or is that a difference? I'm trying to maybe splitting hairs here, but like a smirk, or was it?
It's right below a shit-eating grin.
Okay.
It's, when you, let's say you're playing cards or you're playing a video game, Call of Duty or something like that, and you just bested your friend, right? And you got that shit-eating grin like, I'm better than you.
Wipe that shit-eating grin off your face.
Exactly. It's right below that.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Because you don't want to convey as in, I'm better than you. You want to convey as in, I'm your equal and I have a lot to offer. So that's what I mean. And I do it all the time. If you see me in private, you see me walking around, if you catch me, I'm either, I have that grin on my face because I know what I have to offer.
Right. And
that's what you want to have. Because then when let's say you're talking to a CEO that's powerful, I mean, heck, he has his own private jet, he owns an island, he has the whole 9, right?
Right.
It's hard to convey that like, oh, I'm better than you to that person, but at the same time, you want to convey that, hey, I know that you have status, but you should respect me as well too, because I'm a human being and I have high confidence. And guess what? You do it with a grin. You're like, hey, how you doing? So moving on to the next one. And that's why you don't want to have a smile. A smile with teeth is horrible if it's disingenuous. And it's true try hard. And I see guys do this at bars. People I've worked with before, they'll go to a girl and they'll start smiling like a little playful monkey. Don't do that. Don't do that. Next one is eye contact.
Okay.
Eye contact. It's misused a lot of times.
Yeah, because eye contact is kind of weird. It is you don't want to overdo the eye contact because that gets kind of creepy. You're like, okay, break your eye contact, but you don't want to be constantly looking away either. So yeah, walk us through what's proper eye contact.
Actually, people use eye contact wrong, right? They use it, first of all, to understand what proper eye contact is, you have to understand why you're using it. For instance, I'm talking to audience, but really I'm talking to you, you know what I'm saying? You're asking the questions. And the reason I'm not looking, I'm looking you in the eye is twofold, right? It's not to convey confidence. Yes, that's a byproduct of it. And that's what is misinterpreted a lot of times. To convey confidence, you gotta look them in the eye. To tell the truth, you gotta look the person in the eye. No. What you wanna do is use it as a tool when you're telling a story and when you're listening. Right? So as I'm telling you the story, I can tell that you're getting a lot of points across. You're understanding where I'm coming from. And if you don't, I can look into your eyes and more importantly, look into your body language and realize he didn't get this point. Let me elaborate. Or let me slow down and ask him a question. That's one of the most important use of eye contact is for calibration. Calibration is knowing where the person is at.
Yeah.
Brian, have you ever been stuck in those conversations to nowhere where the person won't shut up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
they're looking you in your eye, but they're not paying attention to your body language and how your eyes are rolling over. They're more worried about, I gotta display confidence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For instance, right now, you seem to have a question about that. Or something crossed your mind.
Well, I was just thinking about a prior client that I had in real estate, and he would just talk for hours. Like, it felt like hours, and like he just did not get it. And I'm just like, oh yeah, cool, okay. And then I'm doing whatever I can to kind of like just show him that, look, I got things to do, and I don't want to be here all day. So I was like, yeah. So that was
doing things to show him.
I thought I was. He wasn't picking up on it though, this guy.
Exactly. And this happens a lot with first impressions, you know what I'm saying? We meet people, you know what I'm saying? Let's say we meet a girl at the bar and stuff like that, and we're not picking up the cues that either she likes us or she doesn't like us, or she hasn't been won over yet. Yeah. And that's the most important use of eye contact. It's not to display confidence, it's to find out where the person is at, and where to take the story and the conversation to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's time to end it. All right, cool. You know by looking at their eyes, keeping eye contact, looking at their body language. It's time to elaborate at a certain point. Okay, it's time to do that. That's so important. I mean, I could have a master class on eye contact, but I'm not going to.
So let's recap. Let's recalibrate, or not recalibrate. Let's recap of what we covered so far.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So we have the tone of voice. We have the smirk. Don't smile, smirk. And then we have eye contact. Now, what's the last piece of advice or tips that you can give us to make people like us instantly? What's that fourth piece?
The last, and honestly, the most important part of this, the part that brings it all together, is congruence.
Okay.
Is congruence. Congruence. Let me give you an example of congruence. Right. Congruence states who you are, what you believe in, stuff. That's part of it. But also, why in the heck are you talking to this person? We go through a lot of mastermind groups, you know what I'm saying? We meet a lot of other business owners, we shake their hands, and there's sometimes a lack of congruence in their message. And what I mean by that is, first and foremost, they ask us the wrong questions. They ask us, hey, how you doing, Brian? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know that they don't give two rat's ass what they don't care.
They say it first so that you're obligated to ask me what I do for a living.
Exactly.
What do you do? Okay, get through your spiel. Okay, now let me tell you what I do. I help businesses. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what would have been better for a better first impression if they came up to you and be like, hey, how you doing, Brian? Let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing in my business, and let's see what you do in your business and see if we can work together. You'll be like, huh.
Yeah.
It gives a better impression. On top of that, you save the hassle of going through your whole thing, right? Yeah. Just for them not to listen, and for them to be like, all right, he finally shut up. Let me tell you what I do in my business. Da, 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 da. And they're trying to hook you into their business and see if they can sell you on something, use you for their business. No. If I came up honestly, like, hey, Brian, listen, I want to find out what you do, but with the sole purpose to see if we can work together in my business and to help you, help me, help you. That whole, you know.
Yeah, that's congruency right there. You said what your intention is, and saving the dog and pony show, basically.
Save the dog and pony show.
Yeah.
And this is prevalent in guys talking to women.
Yeah.
They go up to a girl, they're like, hey, I like your dress. You don't give a rat's ass about her dress.
Right.
You thought she was cute, and you wanted to find out more about her.
Yeah.
It's more congruent to say that and have that attitude.
So how would you be congruent in that situation with the girl with a nice dress? What would you say?
First, if I really think it's a nice dress, I'll definitely be like, yo, I love that fashion. That dress really, brings out your look or whatever. It compliments her, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. I look for things to compliment women that are true about them, that are not about their looks. They were born that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They were born that way. There's nothing they can do about it. But if they put on a nice dress, do their makeup, do their hair. That's something that they worked hard for, and I can compliment on that. On top of that, I time that compliment on the real reason I'm there. I'm there to hook up with them. You don't say that. You don't like, yo, damn, nice dress, y'all. I'm trying to get in the buns. No. But women know when you're hitting on them. Women know that you want to ask for their number. So let's save the dog and pony show and tell them why you're there in a tactful way. And this is leading into more tactics, more confident tactics that we won't have time to cover today. Definitely, if they're signed up to our email, they'll get more tips and tricks and stuff like that. Or if they follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, they'll get all this. But for right now, how do you display your congruence to a girl without giving your power away? What I say, like, you give too much of power away. For example, like, oh my God, I think you're beautiful. I like you. I want to take you on. Don't do that. But you don't want to be Mr. Mysterious, like, oh, nice dress. It's kind of nice. No, you're being fake. So what you do is you tie it into why you're talking to them and see if you guys can work together later on, just like a business interaction. And the way I do it is go up to a girl and I'm like, hey, a nice dress. I really like how you pull it off. You know what I'm saying? You seem as confident, maybe as cocky as I am. I'll say something like that. You know what I'm saying? This is top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm challenging them, right? Because I want to get to know them, but I need a reason to get to know them. That's the congruence part. And I'm diving actually a little bit deeper into more techniques and stuff like that. But trust me, save the dog and pony show. Be congruent. Ask people why. I mean, talk to people with the intentions of why you want to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to talk to somebody, you don't want to talk to somebody. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense, man. So we have tone of voice, smirk, don't smile, eye contact, and congruency.
Congruence.
So you practice these 4 tips that Franz just shared with us, and you're going to have people instantly liking you just like they do Franz.
Exactly. One last thing, when you use these, at first it's going to be like riding a bicycle. You're not going to get a hang of it. And it's going to be all a jumble. So the best way to practice these is practice congruence first. Everything else will come. For instance, when me and you are hanging out, how do we talk to each other? We use breaking tone, tonality. And so our tone of voice is automatically breaking rapport. Right. Because we're buddies, we're friends, we're business associates, we're business partners, we know each other, right? Same way you do it with your friends and family, right? Because we're congruent with each other. The other thing is, we're constantly smiling, we're constantly smirking because we, working on our business, we're constantly passionate. Yeah. So that's automatically handled, right? Right. Eye contact, without question, we already know that. Yeah. Right. But it's all tied into congruence. So practice congruence first, then practice tone of voice, smirking, and eye contact. That's the tips I have for you guys. That's all I have for this video. What about you, Brian?
That's all, man. That's all we have. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for opting in. And be sure to check your emails for more tips and videos from Brian St. Flair, your confidence and charisma coach. I'm Brian Jones, the Marketing Mobster. We'll see you next time.